Hello. So you're contemplating becoming a delegate for diocesan convention. Well, I think you should. And what qualifies me to say that? I am your secretary of diocesan convention. And I absolutely love diocesan convention, and I think you will too. So why do people love diocesan convention? Well, for one, you're going to meet hundreds of other passionate Episcopalians from across the diocese. It's one thing when you meet hundreds of people at your own church, but many of your churches don't have hundreds. So what is it like when you come and you worship and you have a couple hundreds of Episcopalians as part of a worship service? You're going to hear many inspiring stories from the past year, as well as things that the diocese is looking forward to doing in the years to come. And in that same vein, you will be helping to shape that year to come, not just from the passing of the budget or resolutions, but also from how the feedback that is given on diocesan priorities. And lastly, you're going to leave with so many new ideas, so many new friends, and at least one inside joke. So what is diocesan convention? From the outside looking in, you might be fooled into thinking it's an endless business meeting, sitting for a few days in a convention center that's cold, the coffee's bad, with reports running on and on, or potentially being in parliamentary doom with resolutions not moving anywhere, debating capitalization. Well, that's the extreme. And there's certainly some business that has to be done at diocesan convention. But in reality, it's a worship service. It's a liturgy spread out over a few days. We do have a celebratory Eucharist at the very beginning and many other opportunities throughout the days to worship together. You're building community with other churches in your area or across the state, and you're growing as an Episcopalian. And certainly, you are laughing. There is energy buzzing through the room as the Spirit moves folks, and you leave with a sense of hope for the future, for the ministries that you want to participate in, for the ministries you now want to have at your own church. So what does a delegate do? For one, you are actually attending diocesan convention, the dates of which this year are November 20th through the 21st, with an opening night program on November 19th. Throughout the weekend, you will be worshiping, you will be listening to stories and learning about all the different ministry opportunities, and you will be voting on various matters, from nominations to different committees, to resolutions that are submitted, to finally the budget. You are a representative of your parish to others. So as you're at lunch or dinner or just sitting in the convention center, you will be talking about your parish to others around the diocese and learning about their parishes. As such, you are participating in conversations that matter, conversations that will go well past this single weekend. You will also be conversing with exhibitors from ministries across the globe, many centered in North Carolina, but not all. And as you explore these new ministries and you meet these new people, you will be growing as an Episcopalian and as a leader in the Diocese of North Carolina. So, but let's be honest, there are some extra meetings. In an attempt to shorten or to more concentrate the meetings at diocesan convention, we have now added a few extra meetings. Now, these extra meetings I find are fun, and they are far more engaging than how we used to do things at convention, particularly the legislative hearings, which are now online in advance of convention, where the resolutions are debated. By moving online, you're now able to attend all of the legislative hearings, which you may not be that sort of glutton for punishment. I know I am. But you may have 2 resolutions you really want to hear about and really would like to speak about, and now you can do that. Next is the budget webinar. This is where we learn how we will be spending our money over the next year. On the floor of convention, we really don't have time to debate the budget, so the budget webinar is a great place to learn and digest the budget information. And lastly, the convocation meetings. This is a smaller meeting in terms of like who's going to be in attendance. It's the churches in your convocation, of which there are 7 in the diocese. You will meet, get to know each other. You'll get to learn a little bit more about what to expect at convention. You'll go through what nominations are. You'll go through a little bit the budget and just sort of getting that feel for what convention is. So what qualifies me to be a delegate? Well, you don't need to know Robert's rules. You don't need to even be a church expert, and you don't need to have served forever. What you need is curiosity and passion, a willingness to participate, and if I'm honest, a small bit of a sense of humor helps. Now, if you're going to be a delegate, there are a few things to note for the convention. Your survival guide, you should bring a charger. We vote electronically. You need to make sure you have a device that is charged so you can always participate in the vote. You'll want to wear comfortable shoes. The convention center in Winston-Salem is not directly beneath the hotels, so there is a little bit of walking involved. Be ready and willing to meet new people. You should drink coffee strategically. We're working on making the coffee better, but you should drink the coffee strategically and be open for the Spirit to move you throughout the weekend. Now, the secret part that nobody really mentions, especially when folks are expecting a meeting, is that no one remembers the meeting. They remember the worship. They remember the conversations and laughter they had meeting new friends. And they remember feeling connected to something bigger than their local parish. So how do you become a delegate? That's really important. The number one way to do that is to tell your clergy and your wardens and your vestry that you are interested in being a delegate. Your vestry elects delegates. Generally this time of year, May, June, and July. The registration will open in about the next month, at which point your church will need to register you as a delegate. And then you'll deal with your hotel booking. You'll get a bunch of emails from me and from the diocese, and you just want to build that excitement. So I hope to see you at convention. I hope while you're there, you bring your questions, bring your curiosity, and maybe bring a snack to share. That could be a bag of Skittles, maybe some Oreos. I know the campus ministry always has great snacks, so just bring yourself and let's have some fun. Thank you.